Siamo qui con Donald Amstad di Aberdeen. Good morning, Dr. Amstad. What is your investment strategy for 2014?
The big opportunity for your readers and listeners is to invest in Asia. Asia at the moment is not in fashion because many people fear that the Chinese economy is about to have a Lehman moment, and the other two big economies in Asia, India and Indonesia, were two of the fragile five that performed so poorly in 2013. However, it's the Aberdeen view that China is not about to collapse. Yes, it's slowing down, but the Communist Party is very powerful in terms of political influence. It has tremendous financial power externally and internally, and although it's slowing down, it's unlikely to collapse. So if China does not collapse, then maybe the rest of Asia and the rest of emerging markets will be okay. And then when it comes to India and Indonesia, these two countries whose currencies suffered very badly in 2013, they are now responding with sensible policy response. And we also have elections in India and Indonesia this year coming up very soon, and we think that pro-growth, pro-reform candidates in the form of Mr. Modi is likely to win in India, and Mr. Jokowi is likely to win in Indonesia. So the overall macro political backdrop is actually far better than many read about in the press. And what is also interesting about Asia is that valuations are very cheap. The currencies are cheap, the bonds are cheap, and overall, most importantly, the equities are cheap. You can now buy an Aberdeen very high quality portfolio of large cap equities, excellent companies with superb businesses, a lot of cash on the balance sheets, investing in the fastest growing part of the world at a PE of just 12 times. So the fund I'd recommend that you start to look at is the Aberdeen Global 2 Asia Pacific Multi-Asset Fund that as a benchmark invests 40% in Asian equities and 60% in Asian bonds. The range on equities is between 20 and 50. So for conservative Italian investors, this is a way to get some limited exposure to very cheap valuations in a tremendous growth story in a very low volatile way. The current allocation is at 40%, with 60% invested in bonds, and the portion that is in bonds has a duration of only 3.5 years, which is 2 years shorter than the benchmark. So this fund, the Asia Pacific Multi-Asset Fund, we think is a very conservative, low-vol approach to still the most dynamic part of the world.
Thank you.